The next generation rises. Across the world, new stadiums are taking shape. Some are already attracting international attention, while others remain largely unnoticed. In this latest update, we visit both the most high-profile projects and the more under-the-radar locations. Altogether, we'll stop by 20 stadium sites spread across multiple continents, beginning in North America, then heading to the Premier League and La Liga, before concluding our journey in Africa and Asia. Let's get started. StadiumDB.com presents World Stadiums Under Construction, February 2026. Miami Freedom Park. Capacity, 25,000. Completion date, 2026. Miami. We begin with the Major League Soccer stadium where Lionel Messi will play, which may explain why the club is pushing hard to complete the project. The construction site was also visited by David Beckham, who even brought a football with him. Outside the stadium, heavy machinery is shaping the access roads and surrounding areas, while inside, the seating bowl is already in place and awaits the installation of seats. Work is being completed on the promenade slabs and technical installations. The stadium is scheduled to open on April 4th this year. Etihad Park. Capacity, 25,000. Completion date, 2027. New York. Another purpose-built football stadium is rising in the United States. The stadium has already reached its full structural outline, with works now focused on the upper sections and circulation areas. Intensive installation of the steel roof structure and main load-bearing trusses is underway. Prefabricated seating elements, completed stairways, and an extensive construction site infrastructure are clearly visible. New York City FC is expected to receive its new stadium next year. New Highmark Stadium. Capacity, 62,000. Completion date, 2026. Buffalo. It is time for bigger American competitions, the NFL. From the outside, the new stadium for the Buffalo Bills already has a closed structure, with the membrane roof nearly complete and facade panels being installed. Inside, the seating bowl is finished, the playing surface has been laid, and lighting systems are already operational. Current works are focused on finishing technical areas and back-of-house facilities. The club has already said goodbye to the old Highmark Stadium, and fans are now waiting for the grand opening. Montreal Olympic Stadium. Capacity, 55,000. Completion date, 2027. Montreal. In Canada, works are ongoing at the Olympic Stadium, one of the most expensive venues in history. Advanced operations are underway to replace the central section of the roof. The installation of new steel elements of the technical ring is visible, along with intensive crane activity and the dismantling of the old structure. The project is being carried out in stages, with the stadium completely closed throughout the process. The works are expected to be completed next year. Etihad Stadium. Capacity, 61,958. Completion date, 2026. Manchester. In Europe, even more stadium projects are underway, and the first one takes us to the blue side of Manchester. Etihad Stadium is undergoing a major expansion focused on the north stand. New multi-story structures are rising behind the existing facade, with cranes active across the site. Inside, the seating bowl remains intact, while roof edges, concourses, and hospitality areas are being integrated into the expanded stadium complex. Fans of the Citizens are expected to enjoy the increased capacity later this year. Stōk Cae Ras. Capacity, 16,000. Completion date, 2027. Wrexham. The impressive visualizations of the new cop stand are slowly becoming reality. Groundworks currently dominate the site, with piling operations, concrete foundations, and heavy machinery clearly visible. The existing pitch and stands remain in use, while the new structure is being built behind the goal to significantly increase capacity. Various types of works have been carried out at the racecourse ground since 2021. This year, Wales and the stadium will host the European Under-19 Championship. Ibercaja Romareda. Capacity, 43,110. Completion date, 2027. Zaragoza. In Zaragoza, construction is underway with a return to La Liga and the 2030 World Cup in mind. The works are progressing with the concrete structure taking shape. Tiered stands are rising, supported by extensive scaffolding and cranes across the site. Foundation slabs, vertical cores, and structural columns are being completed, defining the stadium's future geometry and layout. The stadium is designed to feature a dynamic form with a lightweight roof structure. Spotify Camp Nou. Capacity 105,053. Completion date 2028. Barcelona. The most anticipated stadium in the world continues to rise, while the club is awaiting approval to welcome 60,000 fans. Intensive construction works are underway at Camp Nou, focused on the new stadium structure. The expanded steel framework of the stands and additional circulation levels are clearly visible. Outside, the first sections of the new facade have already appeared, beginning to define the future appearance of the venue. Installation and finishing works are progressing inside the stadium. Unfortunately, during the match against Real Oviedo, heavy rainfall caused flooding across several areas. As Camp Nou still does not have a roof, such water accumulation should not come as a surprise. The grand reopening is expected in 2028, bringing to an end nearly 30 years of planning to modernize Camp Nou. Nou Mestalla. Capacity 70,044. Completion date 2027. Valencia. 30 years of planning in Barcelona and more than a decade of work in Valencia. Despite the long pause, the time devoted to this project is staggering. At first glance, the stadium looks similar to recent months, but progress continues, focusing on the facade and the installation of structural columns that will later support the roof. The venue is scheduled for completion in 2027, although further delays remain a very real possibility. Nacionalni Stadion. Capacity 52,241. Completion date 2027. Belgrade. The controversial project in the Serbian capital is being developed away from the city center. Concrete is being poured for successive sections of the perimeter slab, while the sub-base for the future playing surface is being prepared in the central area. Intensive formwork and reinforcement works are clearly visible across the site. The stadium is being built in Srčan, on the western outskirts of Belgrade, near a major highway interchange with easy access to the international airport. This strategic location is intended to support Serbia's ambitions to host a European Cup final. More stadiums are coming next, but the project closest to us is creating a strong community. Subscribe and join the journey. Stadion Balgarska Armia. Capacity 16,021. Completion date 2026. Sofia. Bulgaria is not usually associated with major infrastructure projects, but a solid new stadium is taking shape in the capital. The multicolored facade is already clearly visible, while work continues on the roof and on the area that will eventually become the pitch. Spaces for VIP zones are being prepared, and the concrete stands are ready for the next construction stages. The construction team is pushing to deliver the stadium later this year. Nou Gipedo Panathinaikos. Capacity 40,000. Completion date 2027. Athens. Further south, in the Greek capital, a new stadium for Panathinaikos is under construction. The project has reached the stage of erecting the reinforced concrete structure of the stands. Prefabricated seating elements are visible, along with intensive rebar works and the casting of successive segments. In the central zone, foundations and underground technical areas are being prepared. The stadium will feature a dynamic, flowing form inspired by the arena of Portugal's FC Porto. Ankara Stadyumu. Capacity 51,160. Completion date 2026. Ankara. In Turkey, a project partially linked to Euro 2032 is underway. In Ankara, a large-capacity stadium is being built, with its roof standing out as the most distinctive feature. The massive semicircular structures are already in place, spanning over the arena, while additional trusses are now appearing in the corners. The completion date of the stadium has been postponed several times. Raila Odinga International Stadium. Capacity 60,000. Completion date 2026. Nairobi. We move to Africa, where one of the most imaginative stadium projects is taking shape. Significant progress is visible on the exterior, with the distinctly Kenyan-inspired facade advancing rapidly. Construction has also entered an advanced interior phase. Inside the bowl, seat installation is underway, while earthworks continue to form the future pitch. Heavy machinery remains active, structural elements are being installed, and technical infrastructure beneath the playing surface is taking shape. At the same time, work is progressing on the roof and its steel framework. The stadium is scheduled to open this year, under the supervision of a Chinese consortium. King Fahad Sports City Stadium. Capacity 70,200. Completion date 2026. Riyadh. In Saudi Arabia, preparations for the 2034 World Cup are underway. The modernization project of King Fahd Sports City, the country's largest and most important stadium to date, primarily involves removing the athletics track and bringing the stands closer to the pitch, giving the venue a football-specific character. The stadium is currently in an intensive construction phase. The seating bowl is nearly enclosed, with prefabricated tiers and developed horizontal circulation already in place. Works are continuing in the lower sections, alongside the installation of steel elements that will later support the roof and technical systems. Riyadh is set to become a true centerpiece of the 2034 World Cup. Azattyk Arena. Capacity 51,000. Completion date 2026. Orak. In Bishkek, a stadium is rising that is set to become a true landmark of Kyrgyzstan. Key works have now begun on the steel roof supporting structure, which will later carry the red facade elements, giving the arena its distinctive appearance. Intensive earthworks are also underway around the stadium, preparing the site for surrounding infrastructure. Although completion is officially planned for 2026, the final stage is realistically expected in the second half of the year. Yellow River Sports Center Stadium. Capacity 61,000. Completion date 2026. Jinan. Another breathtaking Chinese stadium is rising and already looks like a project from another planet. Construction is focused on the roof structure. This is not the final form yet, as the distinctive panels creating the open shell effect will be installed later. Inside the stadium, finishing works have not yet begun, with the stands and pitch still awaiting the next phase. Wuxi Olympic Sports Center Stadium. Capacity 60,000. Completion date 2026. Wuxi. This stadium delivers a true wow effect. The white wave-like roof membrane is already fully tensioned and appears completely finished, while the lighting system has successfully passed its initial tests. Works are now focused inside the bowl, with preparations underway for the playing surface. Seating has not yet been installed on the concrete tiers. NS Square. Capacity 30,000. Completion date 2027. Singapore. In Singapore, a unique stadium is taking shape on the water, with the project being developed in Marina Bay. Advanced structural works are underway on site, where a dense network of cranes and scaffolding surrounds the rising steel framework. The installation of new concrete elements is particularly visible, including massive foundations and columns that will later support the stadium's stands. Completion of the entire project is scheduled for 2027. One New Zealand Stadium. Capacity 30,000. Completion date 2026. Christchurch. The construction of the new stadium in Christchurch is a direct consequence of the earthquakes that struck the city 15 years ago. The distinctive white steel framework has already been fully completed. Work is now focused on installing the dark facade panels. The front section is already enclosed, with crews moving on to the remaining areas. Around the arena, excavators are still active, preparing the site for plazas and pedestrian zones. After numerous schedule changes, the official opening has been set for April 2026. From New Zealand, we now go our separate ways as we start preparing the next videos. Let us know in the comments which stadium will be the most creatively designed. See you in the next episode and across our social media channels.